There is a video circulating on social media concerning a particular school in Douala, Bonaberi, Cameroon. This school is against the rules governing schools all over the world. First, the school is overcrowded. That is the first crime. Secondly, the school is under construction and students are in the same building that is under construction. And this school also, this video came in circulation just to expose the nakedness of the educational system of Cameroon. The educational system of Cameroon is the worst, and many people have been crying and calling on the government of Cameroon to revise the laws governing the educational system, governing education in Cameroon. And today, many people would say it is because of the Anglophone problem. There are thousands and millions of schools in different regions in Cameroon where students can. And if a school is not okay, the government should not allow that school to be overloaded or to go against the laws of the nation or the laws of education just because of the crisis in our home country. We have seen several buildings in Douala in particular under construction that suddenly collapsed. We are not praying for this. We are not wishing the school to search. Because if that happened in that school, just imagine the numbers of students that will perish. And at that time, that is when the government will appear and say they did not know that there is a school around this area. It is a call that everybody should involve in by calling the government to look into the situation of that school. If possible, close the school. The government of Cameroon have allowed education, especially primary and secondary education, in the hands of businessmen. What they care for is their money. They don't care about anything. Whether the student learns or they don't learn, it is not of their business. And that is what we have been saying. TFA analysis is here to say that is not a school, and that school should be closed down. It's overloaded, overpopulated. Our school under construction, the same building, students are there, the workers are using their machine. Just imagine how noisy the environment is. And tomorrow we say the children, they have graduated from school, they don't have a job, they don't have this. What did they learn in school? Noise. They learn in the construction. They learn in the chantier, working, not learning. Because in that kind of environment, you cannot learn anything. Just the number of students. The government said the maximum number of students in class should be 60. In that kind of environment, you can imagine how many students are in class. And what the inspectors or whosoever, the inspector, the government care for, is just their envelope. When they visit, when they come to such school, you go to that school now, you will see maybe the inspector have visited that school and went directly into the principal office, collect his envelopes, and leave. And that is all. Give a good report about the school. And what we are seeing on social media, parents, you also have a responsibility. It is a responsibility to know where your child is studying. You have to care about where your child is studying. It is better you sacrifice. We know there is poverty, but you should sacrifice. That is a child. And the future of that child lies into your hands. You will not see a school of that nature and you put your child there where something will happen tomorrow. You blame the school, you blame the government. You also have a responsibility. The government has to be blamed. The school has to be blamed. But you also have to be blamed. You have a responsibility as a parent. If you have a child in that school, the only thing I have to tell you is to withdraw the child. If you wish your child to continue in that school, when they finish construction, bring your child back to the school. It's terrible. And it's not everything that we will see as a Cameroonian will sit and say it's not of our business. When these children, those thousands of children found in that school, when they will graduate with poor educational training, there will be a problem in our society. And when there's a problem in the society, the problem will not affect the person directly. Everybody in the society will be affected with that problem. So that is why we are involved and we are so concerned about such things happening. Because these children are not learning. They spend most of their time, 8 hours in school, they spend at least 6 hours playing, 6 hours discussing, 6 hours of distraction, and 2 hours maybe of a copying note of your child. If you want a child with a bright future, it is not just paying school fees and abandon the child in an environment that you don't know, in an unconducive environment, an environment so dangerous like that I'm calling on all the supporters of TF8 analysis, that we all have to stand up and deny such injustice to our children in the name of making money, because that school is owned by a businessman and not a teacher, and not somebody who is interested in the education of those children. He is interested in his money, not the education of those children. Because if he is interested in the education of those children, he can at that point say, I have reached a limit. I cannot take the building, is not yet completed. So you can use this only next year. And the workers work there after schools or during holidays. Not during school periods. Workers are working, machines are making noise, people are all around. You don't know who is coming in and who is going out. In the kind of society where we are living. Take note. The government. It is time we start revising. Leaving school in the hands of businessmen. That is why you are seeing everywhere in our city that school is just growing everywhere, because that is the fastest means of people making money. You just see somebody that have never been in school said, I want to open my school. You just see somebody that is not linked to any kind of training concerning education or child psychology is opening schools. Any businessman. The school has been allowed in the hands of the rich people, and they are using it and playing with the future of children as if it is something that can never be affected. And when the society is as it is today, we turn blaming each other, but we contributed. As a parent, you have a contribution to make, and you have to support your child. Supporting your child is not just paying the school fees. Supporting your child is seeing where your child is studying, the kind of school, the kind of teachers, the kind of environment. Because there are many schools that just the environment, they are good schools, but just the environment where they are found, they cannot learn anything. So you have to involve yourself in. Have your child from the house to school, from school to the house. What are the circumstances? What are the things that can distract this child on the way? You have to be concerned about all this. Let's change the mentality of these children so that we'll have a new environment that will be free from corruption.